Think about what? Day, Wawa, day, doing Wawa. Day, Wawa, day, one, day, Wawa. Wawa, day, Wawa, a day wawa. Ababa day wawa. Ababa papa. Day wawa papa. Ababa papa.
Sausage with 10 grams of meat-free protein. That's right. Plants can taste like this.
Be back in a bit. Try not to burn the house down. Guess it's a good thing we got AAA. AAA. We're always with you.
Yo.
You brought this out? Yeah. This looks crazy.
Bye day to Wawa to day Wawa to win it day Wawa. Day papa to Wawa day Wawa to the day Wawa to the day Wawa. Wawa to day Wawa. And Wawa to day Wawa, but that will over a day Wawa. After the day Wawa to a day Wawa and boom to Wawa to day Wawa and to day Wawa boom day Wawa to a day Wawa. I do Wawa. Yeah, I do Wawa day win a day Wawa to a bay Wawa to be a day Wawa. To Wawa day win win a day Wawa to the a day Wawa. I will to be a day Wawa the tea. Yeah, Wawa to be Wawa to a day Wawa, the day Wawa, to Wawa, day Wawa, to the day Wawa, boom. Yeah, I was Wawa, day Wawa, day Wawa. To day Wawa, boom, day Wawa, to day Wawa, day Wawa, day Wawa, day Wawa, yeah, Wawa, papa, yeah, day Wawa, papa.
Alright, we getting in? Yeah. What we
Delectable squeeze up, delectable squeeze up, deliciously delectable, delectable squeeze up, delectable squeeze up, delectable squeeze up, deliciously delectable, delectable squeeze up, delectable squeeze up, delectable.
I got sunscreen, swim diapers, SPF sun shirt, 2 fans, baby powder, and
1 floaty.
Sun hat.
Sun hat.
Wawa, boom, to Day Wawa to Otto Wawa Day Wawa. Hello to Day Wawa, Day Wawa, Bone to that day won't win, boom. That day will do it, then, a day, Wawa, uh, day Wawa. But I over the day Wawa. I don't know Wawa, day Wawa. Yeah. Right. I to Wawa, but the day Wawa, and do it. Wawa. Wawa. Damn. Wawa. Day Wawa. I don't Wawa. Wawa. Hello, Wawa. Day Wawa. Yeah. What do it? Oh, well, Wawa. That day went. That day was day Wawa. And that day Wawa. Yeah, Wawa. And day Wawa. That day Wawa. Day Wawa. Everything. Day Wawa. Day Wawa. Yeah. All right. Wawa. I'm just a day Wawa. Yeah, but a day Wawa. Wawa. Day Wawa. I day Wawa. Day you win. Day you then. After Wawa. Day Wawa. Day Wawa. And I'm a Wawa, but I day Wawa. Yeah. Well. Oh, Wawa. That day you win a day Wawa. That's it, a day Wawa. That day will win the day Wawa. No. What the? Yeah. Well. Papa. Papa.
Cash back on first-time pair wins.
Sun hat? Check.
Umbrella. Earn 3% at drugstores, and so much more. With Chase Freedom Unlimited.
Guys?
Yeah, what's up, dummy?
You didn't want the doors open. Like, what are you doing?
What are you talking about? What do you mean the door's unlocked?
Are you okay? Like, you're just standing there.
No.
It's unlocked.
No, we're not even home. We're driving right now. We're about to be home soon.
Bye, day Wawa, day Wawa, day win, and day Wawa. What? Yeah. Come on. I want Wawa, day Wawa. No. Hete. I'm tired of the dog. Wawa. That day won't win a day Wawa. There is actually day Wawa. That day won't win a day Wawa. Papa, take the one, papa.
With over 500 million items, Walmart has everything you need to completely make over your backyard this year.
Dad, what do you think?
He loves it. It's the backyard of his dreams.
Advertising is very personal.
It's gonna look different for everybody.
It's personal to me, it's personal to my mom, it's personal to those around me.
Everybody has their own plan, their own way.
Everyone writes their own retirement story. Unique to them. Take one.
I want to be able to keep doing what I love. Being a firefighter, EMT, being outdoors, hunting, fishing, hiking.
So I want to travel as far and wide as I can. That's my number one goal.
Yeah, we love being outdoors. Maybe get a little place in the mountains where I can ski in the winter. Just relaxing. I'm exhausted.
Staying active. We'd like to be able to do more things that we.
Bye, day Wawa, day. That day win a day Wawa, day, do Wawa, day, day Wawa. That day win a day Wawa, day, Wawa, day, Wawa. That three, then, Wawa, do, day, Wawa. At the Wawa, day, Wawa, day, then, that they will win in day, Wawa. Day, Wawa, they they Wawa to they will win and they Wawa hey Wawa yeah They went and they Wawa. They were yeah, Wawa went. And do Wawa. Yeah. What the that? Yeah. Well, Wawa, they were at Wawa, they Wawa. They went, and they Wawa. Wawa. They Wawa. I never Wawa. They were Wawa. I never Wawa they Wawa. That they will win. They Wawa. About they Wawa. They Wawa. I do Wawa. Well, I don't I to think they all Wawa to win a day Wawa. They won't win a day Wawa. I will Wawa. Yeah, Wawa. Yeah, they Wawa. They Wawa. Yeah, Wawa. What? I don't Wawa. Yeah. I will Wawa to that they will win. They Wawa. To be they Wawa. I don't want Wawa. Is that they will win? They I they Wawa. Yeah, I Wawa. Yeah. Anyway, oh, oh. I did. And Wawa did it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Wawa. Papa. Hey, Wawa, Papa.
Spending time with my grandchildren and watching them grow.
I would clearly say travel keeps me from saving because as much as I want to save what's going to happen tomorrow, so you just want to take that trip. But at the same time, things have changed now.
Hey, Wawa. I don't know about it.
And so trying to be a bit more responsible.
Right now, I'm currently the one in my family who's saving for retirement. But I do have quite a span of time still to let the money compound and keep contributing. But in my job, there's a real risk of injury. It worries me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. You never know what's going to happen. There's always pressure around the unknown.
We've been really diligent about our 401ks, and so if everything goes to plan, we'll be ready to retire in 3 to 4 years. But we also help out with my in-laws, and I can envision a world.
Bye. They Wawa. They Wawa. And they Wawa. They do it. They Wawa. They Wawa do they activity is they Wawa activity dot a day Wawa. They Wawa activity they Wawa they Wawa they way. Okay. Wawa activity way. Do it day Wawa. That win. I don't Wawa, but that was day Wawa. Yeah. I remember day Wawa to day win. Day Wawa. Day Wawa. Day. Oops. Wawa is day Wawa to day me Wawa.
Call my phone, please. Oh, okay. Thank you, bud.
Where we might have some expenses that we weren't planning for.
I think everybody wishes that they had saved more money. In our case, our retirement came sooner than we had expected. But I think the trick is to manage the money that we have to last.
I'm planning on a long life.
I built a 401k for 15 years, and now as a small business owner, it's a lot harder to know what to do with our money. Some years you might not do so well with your business, and some years you might do great. I think about my employees too, and how to give them the tools to retire is easy for us. Watching my parents in their 70s and having to go to work every day, I definitely don't want to be like that.
It's unbelievable how quickly time goes. I want to be able to preserve the money that I have on hand and just enjoy life. So I just need to know and understand how can I have this money outlive me. There's a lot of fire left in this soul.
By day Wawa, day Wawa, day Wawa.
I mean, he's one of the funniest guys in the room.
Day
Like, he's
Wawa,
always thinking,
day Wawa,
and just being himself, that ultimately at the end of the day,
day
he's
Wawa,
working his butt off
day
to go out there
Wawa,
and know what he's doing, to put our team in the best position to go win. But he has fun while doing it, and I feel like even though Coach Saban wasn't there, he was the coach Saban to us, like just his mannerisms and everything, how he talked in the team meetings and everything, just like reminded me of Coach Saban. So it's crazy. High praise from his biggest target in the 2025 season, Gaten Proctor. Thanks for spending time with us. Good luck coming up next Thursday for the NFL Draft, man. Yes, I really appreciate you for having me. Thank you. One of the top prospects in that draft. Hey, let's go to discuss that quarterback, the protector, getting Dr. Ford, Ty Simpson. We'll talk about him coming up next on Back to the Draft.
Chicken Al Pastor is back at Chipotle, where fire meets flavor, where heat meets pineapple and sweet, where chicken meets the sizzle of the grill.
Popeye, Wawa.
size passions. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience is a car that stops short of amazing.
Spring outfit's so good. My family was on time for once. I'm still recovering. Bold styles make spring a breeze. Start your outfits with the season's best shoe sale. Then complete the look with 15% off at goalsandgoals.com.
Yeah. Hey, Papa, yeah, tell you Wawa. Papa, hey, tell you Wawa. One way. Take. Papa, take, Wawa, Papa.
When everything on the IHOP value menu is just $6, you can go all out. Because eggs, bacon, and fluffy pancakes.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're a financial services company, too. Like, he's so much more than Saquon Barkley. He's also Stay Calm Barkley. Insurance and financial services together. Refreshing.
There I was, 16. Divorced, remarried with a baby, another on the way, and I could barely read or write. It was time for me to change my life and the lives of my family. So I went back and I got my high school diploma. That was the catalyst I needed. Now I have a bachelor's and master's and I became a teacher. Mom, this is your very first yearbook. Your commitment to education motivates me and your coworkers and your school. You showed me that if you come from nothing, you can still be anything. You told me I deserve to succeed. Been 15 years and I still live by that. You're the model for success. For your kids, grandkids, and your students. When I look at all these success stories, I cannot help but see it all started by getting my high school diploma. When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers.
I always make sure I'm safely strapped in before I start driving. So I always check that my child is buckled correctly in her car seat. Check that your kids are in the right seat for their age and size at nissa.gov/the right seat. You
Less than a week away from the start of the 2026 NFL Draft live in Pittsburgh. Coverage on ESPN, ABC, as well as right here on NFL Network, 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night. It was 27 years ago today, the Saints pulled off one of the biggest stunners in NFL Draft history.
There has been a trade involving this fifth pick in the draft. The New Orleans Saints are now on the clock. Here is the trade. They swap first-round picks, and then Washington gets a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 7 this year, and a 1 and a 3 in the year 2000. Is this too much to pay for a player of this rate?
I don't think so. When you're talking about the number 1 rated player in the draft, I don't think any price is too high to pay.
What was the reaction in your room when James was passed and you knew you had the deal in place with the Redskins?
It was pretty calm, except for me.
With the 5th pick in the draft, the New Orleans Saints select Ricky Williams, running back,
That was a shocking move as we get to some potential shocking moves coming up in this edition of the NFL Draft. Lance, what move would shock you the most next Thursday?
Well, I say this because I think there's a chance, and yet it would shock me, and that's Caden Proctor's 6 to the Browns. Browns need left tackle, but here's the thing. There's only a certain amount of actual real left tackles in this draft. Caleb Lemieux is one that's too early. Monroe Freeling, that feels too early to me. Proctor had that kind of grade early on, but that would be a little bit shocking if he ends up there. It just doesn't feel like that's the lead grade on him, and yet I might be shocked on draft day.
Well, for me, what's really shocking is, a lot of these teams need quarterbacks, and whether they need quarterbacks in the near future or they have quarterbacks currently who are aging out like the Rams. So I would anticipate someone in the bottom.
Wawa, he
sustained some injuries.
I don't give
Quarterback
a
position is a coveted spot, and some teams just don't have the flexibility to wait. So they're going to get a guy in the building and let him sit and develop. So that's what I got. Did find out.
Wawa, boom, boom. Wawa. Boom, boom.
As the 11th ranked Aggies of A&M saunter back to College Station with a Mississippi sweep in their back pocket. But these Bulldogs are built different in Starkville. 14th ranked Mississippi State seems to find a way to pick up its second SEC Series win of the season. And with that, we welcome you high above Davis Diamond. Giovanni here alongside Chelsea Reaver with you. Chelsea, look, we got a huge series. Both these teams need it, but Texas A&M has yet to lose an SEC series here at Davis Diamond this year.
Davis Diamond is one of the most special places in not just SEC softball, but collegiate softball. And there's a reason. And it's the 12th man, and Texas A&M loves to be at home. They do a great job here in the confines of College Station, Texas. Mississippi State, though, you mentioned it, the Bulldogs are built differently, and they're coming in looking for an upset.
Texas A&M, their offense has been a big part of the story so far this year. They're unstoppable at times.
They have been just on fire at the plate. Maya Perez leading the charge, putting up some incredible numbers in a conference like the SEC, where you've got some of the best hitters in the country. Texas A&M is right up there with the elite.
On the other side for Mississippi State, the story is inside the circle. Some of the most prominent pitching prowess across the country.
And you've got pitchers on this roster who did not play in the SEC until this season. So you've got transfers who are coming in like Deja Gould and Alyssa Faircloth making an immediate impact. And again, I mentioned some of the best hitters in the country. They're putting up these kind of numbers in the pitching column against those hitters.
Inside the circle, getting the nod on a Friday night, it's Sydney Peters in the Aggie scripts, Chelsea.
Sydney Peters, the junior, getting the start. Typically, we see Sydney less than teen on a Friday night, but going with Peters, she's done a nice job so far this season. 2.73 ERA. The junior looking to get things started on a high note for Texas A&M in the circle. She's going to come with that curve and rise. She has an incredibly elite spin rate, so you're going to see a lot of movement on her ball.
She faces Morgan Stiles to lead off for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Critical series between the Aggies and MSSU traveling to College Station. Just like that, we are underway.
Hey! Hi,
First pitch misses down and away, and a look at the Bulldogs starting lineup tonight. We talk about A&M mixing things up. A change inside the circle for their Friday night starter. Mississippi State making some changes of their own.
Yeah, Kiara Sells had been in that leadoff spot.
Hey, hey! Yeah, bye, hey!
Kiara Sells had been in that leadoff spot for quite a few games, and had done a really, really nice job. She's a powerful hitter, but she's also got a ton of speed, and they liked the way she was able to get things started. But Coach Ricketts said in our call earlier this week, she likes to mix things up. She likes to try new things, and Mississippi State taking a couple on the chin against Arkansas in those last two games of their series. So we see them mixing it up, putting Sells in the third hole.
There's Nadia Barbary, the third baseman, in the two spots. Spot where she has not moved from very much. Second on the team in home runs with 11 on the season. Peters deals 0-1. Taken for a strike. Plate umpire Chelsea Clark behind the dish.
Peters doing a nice job of going at Barbary, getting way ahead in the count 0-2. Now she can really start to use that dynamic movement that we're used to seeing.
Yeah,
see if she can get her to chase something out of the zone.
Hey, that is Curry.
the strike, get her down 0-2, go to that rise ball. Marbury, no chance, and even getting a piece of that one. A beautiful pitch sequence by Peters.
Here's Kiara Sells. In recent times, she's been the leadoff hitter for Mississippi State. Moves down to the 3-hole.
Bye-bye!
Kennedy Powell and makes the pitch for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Peters in the
There are a million different things. The students, the legends, the fans, the passions, the traditions. And when it all comes together, it just means more.
For adults with type 2 diabetes, do you know about Mounjaro? With Mounjaro, 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people lost up to 25 pounds. Don't take Mounjaro if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or vision changes. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. And before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. Get to know Mounjaro at Mounjaro.com. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Mounjaro.
In the SEC steps up to the dish for the first time tonight. We got a top 15 Tilted Texas, 14th Mississippi State in town to take on number 11 Texas A&M. You look 1 through 4, it's deadly for the Aggies. Michaela Morto can absolutely swing it, Chelsea.
Yeah. Every single player in this lineup can swing it, and I'm so excited about this matchup because you've got Peja Gould in the circle for Mississippi State, one of the best pitchers in the conference going against one of the best lineups in the conference. It really is a battle of offense and defense. Which one will prevail? We'll just have to wait and see.
You mentioned it, Chelsea. Gaudy is a good way to explain the numbers of Peja Gould. She faces Kennedy Powell for Texas A&M.
You're going to see a little bit of everything from Gould, Gio. She's going to throw 3 different speeds. She's also got a change, a curve, the backdoor curve. And what I think is really incredible about Gould is when you watch her pitch, and you know, if you've watched softball long enough, lefties tend to put a lot of spin on the ball. That's what it looks like when Gould pitches, but she's right-handed, so it's just a very different look than a normal right-handed pitcher.
Gould will look to bounce back a little bit. Went 4 1/3 innings in her last outing. That was on Sunday against then 8th-ranked Arkansas. Ended up surrendering 9 hits, 5 total earned runs. A rare occurrence for number 3 inside the circle.
She played really, really well in the first game against Arkansas. As you can see, she won that one, pitched all 7 innings, only gave up 2 hits, threw a shutout. Arkansas just made really good adjustments against her on Sunday.
One of the best teams in the country. What a gauntlet of a schedule the Bulldogs of Mississippi State have faced so far this year.
And everybody in the SEC faces it, and you talk to all of the head coaches around the conference.
Rings up Kennedy Powell to get things going.
Great pitch right there by Gould. Take another look at it, and it is just going to swing right there on the outside corner. Beautiful job by Rivera of framing that pitch right on the outside part of the plate. KP obviously not happy with the call. Thought she was going to give a leadoff walk right there.
Here's Talon Edwards. Called a strike in her half. Two transfers going at it right now, and that's just the modern era of collegiate athletics.
Oh, it's a little bit different. If you got Edwards coming from Oklahoma State, another big power D1, got to see a lot of really, really tough softball. Gould is coming from Chattanooga, played her first 3 seasons there. And so you're talking about somebody who has no SEC experience. And to come in to the SEC her senior year and put up these kinds of numbers, it's just so impressive.
Hey,
Count now 1-2 for Talon Edwards.
And yeah, with the way the transfer portal is these days, obviously you've got players transferring in and out all over the place, a lot of moving parts, and so it is fun to kind of keep track of everything and the different storylines that are coming out of all of it, and Paige Gould is definitely one of those.
Tap it to the right side.
Bye.
Richardson takes it to the bag herself. It's out number 2.
Taking a look at Paige's SEC ranks first in shutouts. I mean, this is somebody who's not giving up a lot of runs at all. 6th in ERA, and that's behind basically the entire Tennessee pitching staff. So it really is incredible what she's been able to do in her first year in the SEC. And obviously she comes in with a lot of experience. She is somebody who's been playing college softball now for more than 3 years. Well, just as we were giving Paige Gould her flowers, and she has deserved them, no doubt, but Maya Perez said, hey, don't forget about me, one of the best hitters in the country. This ball is down, but not down enough. Maya Perez goes down, gets that ball, full extension. It was really high, Gio. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to leave the park, but so much power in Perez's swing, and that ball is out of here. Texas A&M gets on the board first.
So much power in that bat. There's Michaela Wark. Chops this one left side. Into the glove of Stein. And it's out number 3. And now we're having a conversation.
Yeah, the first base coach for Texas A&M had his arm out, and it looks like they're asking for a review of some sort.
Could it be catcher's interference?
I did see that. That's kind of what he made it sound like.
Digs back in with a 1-0 count. 2 away and a 1-0 A&M lead. Takes inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
And this could be a very, very dangerous situation for Mississippi State. You just gave up the solo shot by Maya Perez. You think you're out of the inning with one of the next best hitters on Texas A&M's team, and instead of that quick out, now you're down in the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
So it's not catcher's interference.
Yeah, we'll have to, in between innings, we'll have to get an explanation on that one.
On 4 pitches, Michaela Wark works the walk. Possibly interference on the base path.
Oh, great job by Wark for getting back in there and then being very, very patient. Trish Ford, the head coach for Texas A&M, said they will only get in trouble if they start chasing pitches against this Mississippi State pitching staff. They've got to swing at strikes.
Kawaluski through for a base
And just like that, Texas A&M with 2 outs is going to keep this thing going. Now you've got a runner in scoring position, a nice at-bat by Kawaluski. I love the aggressiveness on the first pitch. They know that Gould just gave up the walk. She's probably going to come back into the strike zone. She didn't want to throw another ball. So Kawaluski stays very aggressive and swings at the first thing she sees and just shoots that ball right back up the middle.
Texas A&M this season, 19-3 in games when scoring in the first inning. Something to be on the lookout for. With runners on first and second, already a 1-0 lead. You'll see Mathis takes a strike over the hard plate 0-1.
Mathis has looked really, really good lately. The sophomore has started putting up some big numbers. Not huge home run numbers, but man, does she get it done at the plate.
Takes back-to-back strikes, that time the off-speed, and it's 0-2.
And I love that by Gould. You know, she just had a quick conversation with her catcher, Rivera, and immediately comes back and throws 2 very nice strikes to get ahead in the count.
Gould's 0-2.
Off
the plate. And a pair of strikes for Mathis. Got to play in her hometown just a couple of days ago on Wednesday night. A 10-3 A&M win over Baylor in Waco. Takes down 2-2 now the count for Mathis.
It was another game that Texas A&M did a nice job of getting out in front versus Baylor early on. It's so tough to dig yourself out of a hole, and Texas A&M likes to be on top of that.
It was a fascinating game, Chelsea, because Baylor actually out-hit A&M, but it's all about the timely hitting and putting the runs on the board, and Baylor couldn't do it. A&M certainly did, and Aggies come away with a big win. And on the scoreboard, you'd think that wouldn't have been the story. Mathis takes ball 4, and all of a sudden, after Mississippi State felt as if it was out of the inning, the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Texas A&M. And arguably the hottest bat in the lineup in the last week, KK Dement, is at the dish.
And yes, we're talking about the 7-hole hitter, Gio, but KK Dement, one of the most aggressive hitters on this team, however, has a really, really good eye. And right now, Gould is trying to be very careful with these hitters. That's a nice pitch right there, and KK Dement swings through that one. But going back real quick to Kelsey Mathis, down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes, and was able to draw a 2-out walk. So these Texas A&M hitters are executing the game plan.
Ball and a strike for KK Dement. She has hits in 8 of A&M's last 9 games. Back-to-back multi-hit games. 2 home runs on Sunday at Ole Miss and a homer on Wednesday at Baylor.
And KK only a sophomore, but last year as a freshman just played with so much maturity and grace. One of the smoothest swings that you'll see. And obviously she has carried that into her sophomore season.
1 ball, 2 strikes, bases juiced, 2 gone. Here's the pitch. Spiked in the dirt, it gets away. Wark is in to score. And A&M leads it 2-0.
Another look at this one, and it just gets away from Gould. Obviously, she's trying to stay low in the zone, inside corner, trying to see if she can get KK to swing over the top of that one, but gets away, and Rivera is just unable to get in front.
2-2 taken high and away, and it's another full count. Chelsea, we thought there was no doubt coming into this one that we were going to have a pitcher's duel. I don't know that we envisioned a 2-run first for A&M, but this is what they do all year. And the payoff chop foul to stay alive.
Yeah, especially the way Gould started off the inning, right? The strikeout to Kennedy Powell, and then the ground ball to first base with Edwards. She gave up the solo shot to Maya Perez, but honestly, there's a lot of game left. You don't think too much of that. The big one was what they thought was going to be the 3rd out of the inning with Wark, and then all of a sudden she finds herself on, and Texas A&M has a good chance of adding more right here. And let me tell you, the longer that KK Dement stays in this box and the more foul balls she hits, the more chance that she has to get on. She just stays so locked in.
Payoff again. Hit well, left center field. Keller running underneath it, makes the catch as she crashes into the wall for out number 3. How about Maya Perez, the long ball. A&M with a 2-0 lead.
Maya Perez, so much power in that swing. Goal just left it too far over the plate. Texas A&M with a 2-0 lead as we head to the second.
Don't hate these unmarked.
There isn't one thing that makes the SEC special. There are a million different things. The students, the legends, the fans, the passions, the traditions. And when it all comes together, it just means more.
For adults with type 2 diabetes, do you know about Mounjaro? With Mounjaro, 3 out of 4 people reached an A1C of less than 7%. Plus, people lost cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction. And before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. Get to know Mounjaro at Mounjaro.com. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Mounjaro.
In College Station, 2-0. 11th ranked Texas A&M leads it over 14th ranked Mississippi State. And it was an inning that all of a sudden unraveled for the visiting Bulldogs after what appears to be an illegal pitch when they thought they were out of it unscathed.
And you can see the huge hop, and immediately the first base umpire calls the illegal pitch. So the ground ball out would have been the third out of the inning for Michaela Ward. And then all of a sudden, Peja Gould gets called for the illegal pitch. So Ward goes back to the plate, ends up drawing a 2-out walk, and then ends up scoring after a couple more hitters for Texas A&M. So honestly, Gio, Mississippi State has to be happy that they only got out of that with giving up one more run. So now it's 2-0. It could have been a much uglier inning for the Bulldogs, but you've just got to let that go. A lot of softball left to play.
Here's Kinley Keller to lead off the frame for the visiting Mississippi State Bulldogs. Texas native gets to come back to her home state, just a freshman. Peters inside the circle for A&M, her second inning of work. She snares the outer half for a strike to even it.
So important for both of these pitchers to kind of figure out the strike zone of Chelsea Clark, the home plate umpire, early on. Because if you know what you can get away with, that's where you really start pounding the zone.
Keller follows one back to the net. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And it really does feel, Chelsea, I know it's so early in the night, but the backs all of a sudden for Mississippi State are against the wall a little bit here, because this is not a team that scores a lot of runs. They rely on their dominant pitching. 1-2 clobbered, left field, staying in the yard for Allen. He's under it for out number 1.
Yeah, you make a great point. I mean, this is a team that really relies on their pitching staff, and obviously they're trying to get those bats going a lot more, but when you find yourself in a hole early in the game, it does just become a little bit harder, obviously, to dig yourself out, especially when you're not used to putting up a ton of runs. You can see, though, that the Bulldogs do get hotter as the game goes on, scoring more runs in the back half of the game than in the front half. So that is good news. You just hope that it's not too late,
right?
Especially when you're going up against an offense like Texas A&M, who tends to come out hot and put out a lot of runs early on.
That is the devil's advocate point, right? They do score their points, their runs, I should say, late stages of games. Taylor Troutman fouls it off to make it 0-2.
Which is a great sign. It means that your hitters are making adjustments as the game goes on, right? And you know, you want them. It's all about timely hitting. That's what Coach Ricketts really, really harped on. It's not that they're not swinging the bat well. It's when they have runners on, trying to get them through and trying to get those runs scored earlier.
2 runs high and away. The count 1 and 2. When you look down their SEC schedule here, first of all, it's fascinating. Their RPI is so high because of who they've played in the strong non-conference that they did have against non-SEC power conference opponents. But they've only won 1 SEC series.
That's what's so incredible about the SEC is you can be in the bottom half, I mean close to the bottom of the conference, and still be looking at a postseason no problem.
You saw it with a Georgia team last year that did not win an SEC series and made it to a Super. Hold back, and Troutman continues to stay alive. But when you look at what Mississippi State has done in their wins when it's SEC play, they don't score a lot, right? Their win against Tennessee, they won it 1-0. When they beat Georgia, they won it 3-2. When they beat South Carolina, they won it 2-0 and 4-3. That is the 1 series win. You look at their win against Arkansas, 1-0, the final score, right? So in these wins, they're relying on the dominant pitcher.
And like I said, when you've got a Texas A&M team that's already now up 2-0 early on, it just puts that much more pressure on the Mississippi State hitters.
Swing and a miss on the payoff pitch. Peters for their second K. 2 gone in the second. And the head coach of the Bulldogs, Samantha Ricketts. How about this? 6th year at the helm. 32 of her 52 ranked wins have come since the start of the 2024 season. This is a program that is no doubt on the rise.
Absolutely, and Coach Ricketts has done a fantastic job in her years at Mississippi State. You know, we talked about the pitching staff. It's full of transfers and really, really good arms. So she's doing a nice job of utilizing the transfer portal, bringing in players that can make an immediate impact, and that's what you have to do in today's landscape of college softball, college sports in general.
Morgan Bernardini at the dish. Ball and a strike for the Illinois native. 6th hole hitting left fielder for Mississippi State. 2 gone, nobody on. Takes high. 2 balls and a strike.
We were talking about the 2-0 kind of hole that Mississippi State finds themselves in. It also has to give Sydney Peters that much more confidence going out into the circle with a 2-run lead.
Strike at the bottom of the zone evens it up at 2-2.
And just as Mississippi State has had to rely on their pitching staff to get them through games, Texas A&M has really had to rely on their offense. Their pitchers have struggled. There's been some ups and downs this year, but if they can keep them in the ball game, their bats can definitely keep them in the game.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The count remains for Morgan Bernardini. Sydney Peters getting the Friday nod this week instead of Sydney Lessentine. A change up in the circle. Here's the 2-2. Took foul.
Nice job by Bernardini to just stay in there and see a few more pitches. Peters has been kind of able to flow through these hitters pretty quickly, but the last 2 have now gotten further into the count, and that's so important, especially early on. You've got hitters in the dugout. You haven't seen her yet. You want to try to get these Texas A&M pitchers throwing more pitches.
Lifted to left field. Paisley Aaron is there again. For out number 3. 6 down for Mississippi State's offense so far.
There's a volunteer you won't find anywhere else, and it's for life.
Big time SEC experience in a small town y'all are gonna love. Connecting hundreds of thousands of Bulldogs across the globe.
Preparing to be leaders in cybersecurity, meteorology, interior design, healthcare, and so much more. One visit is all it takes. Just come for a day and you'll be a Bulldog for life. Change your life. Change the world.
Rated T.
In this game, there is no luck. Luck is for losers. It's unlike any place in the world. It's not even a place. It's a destination. WrestleMania. 18 years, over 400 matches. And now, history is what you make of it.
perfectly picked for you. Now and new at Target.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
For the second in College Station, 2-0, Texas A&M leads it over Mississippi State. Giovanni here alongside Chelsea Reber with you. Tricia Ford, fourth-year head coach here in College Station. And Chelsea, it just feels like this program has taken things to another level under that Ford Tough mentality.
Absolutely. She has been just such a pleasure to call games for and to see what she's been able to do with this program, especially, taking it over after a legend, Joe Evans. Trish Ford has come in here and really made her own kind of stamp, her own identity, and been able to bring this program just up to that level where you have to be to compete in the SEC.
Paisley Allen, former Georgia Bulldog, faces off against Mississippi State. Came home to play at A&M, a Texas native in her own right. Hits this one well. Left field. Going back. And
Hey.
Paisley Allen leaves the yard, and the Aggies lead it 3-0.
Gio, both home run balls, I questioned whether they were going to get out or not, and the wind isn't necessarily playing a huge factor here at the ballpark, but just goes to show the power behind these bats. Both home run balls have been high and lifted and just kind of kept carrying. Beautiful swing right there, and again, there is no break in this Texas A&M lineup for opposing pitchers because that's the 8-hole right there, hitting that ball out of the park.
Paisley Allen hits her 4th home run of the season, and Chelsea, you bring up a great point. That wasn't happening early in the year for 11 and White. Oh, there's a nice snare on the one hop by Richardson for out number 1. What a play.
Yeah, great play right there, especially when you know your pitcher needs an out. You need to try to get that 9-hole hitter because you do not want to flip over that lineup with someone on. And so a really nice defensive play there by Richardson at first base.
A little flash of the leather.
It's a hard hit ball by Frankie Vrajel. That's one of those you got to tip your cap, but you got to be happy with the way you just swung the bat.
And going back to that point on Paisley Allen, right? All of a sudden, later in the season, players like Allen, like Kelsey Mathis, these bats are getting going, and it's made A&M that much more dangerous of a team.
I love to see what young players do in SEC play, because sometimes it takes the start of the season, even though you're not necessarily playing SEC opponents, you're still playing, really tough competitors, and it just takes a while to get things going sometimes, and maybe you're new to a program, you're new to college softball, whatever it may be, and so I love to see some of those newer players, how they can develop in SEC play, when in fact competition gets even tougher, right? But sometimes that's what it takes for somebody to really come alive.
Kennedy Powell back to the top of the order for the first time tonight. Struck out looking her first time at the dish. The 0-2. This is down and away. Aggies have scored 3 runs on 3 hits. 2 free passes has given them a pair of base runners via the walk. Gould deals. This is down and in, 2-2. Now this is one of the best pitchers in the best college softball conference in the country.
She is.
To put it bluntly. And A&M's bested her thus far.
They've done a really nice job.
Right back to Gould. Picks it up and retires Powell.
Oh, a little collision there. Or maybe she tripped?
Yeah, she tripped over the bag.
And that's never what you want to see, especially the hobble. You see the smile, but you also see the way she's running. And if I'm the coaching staff for Texas A&M, and obviously the trainer's out there to make sure she's okay. But yeah, you got to hope that that's just kind of a bruise that she's going to walk off and be all right.
Yes.
Oh, hyperextended. It looked a lot uglier than she made it look coming back to the dugout.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But, ooh, that could have been really nasty.
Here's Talon Edwards. And our Oklahoma State Cowgirl watches it down and away, 1-0.
Yeah, kind of going back to what we were talking about, even the outs that Texas A&M has hit, they've hit hard. You just saw that shot at first. Even that last swing by KP, right back up the middle to the pitcher. This one's a slow roller.
Richardson loses her footing, can't dive to the bag in time. Edwards legs it out for a single.
And what a hustle by Talon Edwards. This is a slow roller to the first baseman. I mean, really, this is a ball you see and you think immediate out. But Edwards hustling down that first baseline, and a really nice job by Richardson doing everything she could, diving for the bag, but safe all the way right there for Talon Edwards, and that's how you keep innings alive. Especially when you got Maya Perez behind you.
That's exactly where I was going. The last thing you want to do is have Perez at the dish with runners on. Homered in her first at-bat tonight. Solo blast over the center field fence. Last weekend hit one to the building over the center field wall. We've seen a lot of this too, particularly early in SEC play. Teams being unwilling to pitch to Maya Perez. Now, I'm not saying that's what's happening right here with a 2-0 count. And there's a strike over the outer half to make it 2-1. But you do have to be incredibly careful how you pitch it to 2-4 and 1.
Absolutely. 42 walks on the year. I believe she leads the SEC in walks and hasn't been able to put up some of the offensive numbers she's probably would like to. And I mean, she's got 15 home runs now on the season, but all that to consider, she doesn't get pitched to very often. And when she does, in this case, Gould is still being very, very careful with her, as she should be.
Tapped foul to stay alive at 2-2. Perez with 16 home runs last season for the Aggies. More walks than anybody else in SEC play. And the count is now full. Also has the best on-base percentage in the league. Payoff pitch to Perez. Hit well. Left field. Bernardini makes the catch at the wall. Aggies lead it 3-0 in College Station. Paisley Allen, second long ball of the night for A&M.
Nice job by Allen to put Texas A&M another run on the board. Aggies lead it 3-0.
At Texas A&M University, everything is possible.
Literally everything.
While some strive to be the best in the world, Texas A&M stands to be the best for the world. When we stand together, we are a powerful force for good. Rated T.
In this game, there is no luck. Luck is for losers. It's unlike any place in the world. It's not even a place. It's a destination. WrestleMania, 42 years, over 400 matches. And now, history is with you. Make it WWE 2K26. The show never stops.
items perfectly picked for you. Now and new at Target.
Password 1, 2, 3, 4. Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
It never ends. Another important weekend in the SEC. This time it takes us to College Station, Texas. 14th ranked Mississippi State takes on 11th ranked Texas A&M, and the Aggies with a 3-0 lead, getting up on the Bulldogs early on tonight. Chelsea, A&M's offense has really bested gold inside the circle.
And we knew that was going to be the battle, right? Texas A&M's stout offense against one of the best arms in the league with Peja Gould. But Texas A&M, what I've really liked from them at the plate, Gio, is they're swinging at strikes. They're not chasing a lot of the junk that Gould has offered. And when they are swinging, they're hitting the ball hard, making some really, really good contact. So, yes, this is still, a 3-run ball game, a lot of softball left to play. But Texas A&M definitely looking like they're winning the battle right now.
Trisha Ford out on the field for Texas A&M, and you have to expect this to be a substitution that would take Kennedy Powell out of the game. We saw her come up gimpy after what looked like a lower body discomfort. I don't want to call it an injury.
She stretched for first and definitely hit the bag hard and awkwardly, and so actually tumbled down, and here she comes. So Kennedy Powell was in the dugout, and that's why we were waiting. That's why there was this little pause in play. Texas A&M trying to give KP as much time as possible to get done whatever she needed to in the training room, I'm assuming, before coming out to the infield. But Kennedy Powell on the field, that is a very good sign for Texas A&M.
Yeah, no question about it. It really did seem like we were going to get a switch up, and then KP comes darting out of not just the dugout, but the clubhouse.
And, she got off the field on her own accord, but was very gimpy. And you can still see maybe a little hitch in her step. But, this is a leader of not the infield, but the entire team. And not just a physical leader, in her at-bats and on defense, but mentally she's somebody they really want to have out on the field.
Rivera, right to the shortstop, KK Dement. And they will say that she did hang on to it long enough for it to be the inning's first out. A little bit of a bobble on the transition for KK.
Gotta make sure you squeeze it, hold on to it long enough, but a nice job again, and really a nice job by Sydney Peters, because you had a little bit of a break, still able to come out, throw a nice first pitch, gets something swung on out of the zone. Oh, yeah, that was close.
This one hit off the end of the bat. KK there once more, and 2 pitches, 2 outs.
2 pitches, 2 outs, 2 pop-ups, weak pop-ups to the infield. Sydney Peters, this is exactly what you want if you're Peters in the circle.
Chelsea, I don't know if she caught that first one. I'm going to be honest with you.
We've already moved on, Gio. We've already moved on. Well, even the second one, she flipped it to Talon so quickly. I was like, I would have even made more of a show of the second one and been like, yep, got it. But
Abby Grace Richardson in the 9-hole. Mississippi State has reached the bottom of the order for the first time this evening.
I'm a little surprised. I don't know if you could have called a review on that one. If you're Coach Ricketts.
Big hack and a miss, 1-1.
But again, we've moved on, and now if you're Texas A&M, you would love to get out of this inning. 3 up, 3 down innings for the Aggies. That'd be huge.
Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch.
High,
2-1.
And right here, if you're Richardson, the 9-hole, you're just doing whatever you can to get on base, get back to the top of your lineup, and see if Mississippi State can make some adjustments in their second time through.
2-1 called a strikeout or half.
Really pretty pitch right there by Sydney Peters. She's doing a nice job. She's missed a couple, a little too far out of the zone, but when she comes back in, she's doing a really nice job of finding the corner of that plate. Nothing has been left too fat.
Swing and a miss. First strikeout of the night for Peters. 9 up, 9 down for this A&M defense, and Peters is cooking inside the circle. It's 3-0. A&M in front.
Rated T. In this game, there is no luck. losers. It's unlike any place in the world. It's not a place, it's a destination. WrestleMania, 42 years, over 400 matches. And now, history is waiting. WWE 2K26, the show never stops.
At Ace, we know not all paint is created equal. So to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands like Benjamin Moore, that really hold by Joanna Gaines, and Clark and Kendrick. And your local Ace's premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time. With gallons of paint like Royal, starting at only $29.99. And right now, get 20% off gallons of select Benjamin Moore interior paint.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Striker is on the move. He cuts inside. He drills past one defender. He's heading towards the box. He shoots.
I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. When we're out together dancing,
What's your name? I'm back.
An inside look.
We need to show that we're the most excited to play. We have some really great minds, and we have some really big personalities.
Let's go! Let's go! You're telling me that we get to hear from Tony Baldwin of the Dogs?
Mic'd Up Monday. This is such a fun segment that they do, and I don't know if the coaches love it. I know they say they do right here, but it is really interesting and a lot of fun just to get that inside sneak peek of what it really sounds like to be in the dugout and on the field with the coaches.
Michaela Wark at the dish for Texas A&M. Aggies have scored 3 runs. They've done it on 4 hits so far today. And the bases loaded with 2 outs in the first. And have had 2 solo home runs from Maya Perez and Paisley Allen.
And Wark had that huge at-bat. Hit a ground ball. Looked like it was going to end the inning. Gould got called for an illegal pitch. Wark comes back, draws a 2-out walk, and then that inning just continued. Wark ended up scoring the 2nd run in the 1st inning.
Got fooled on the off-speed, and it makes it 1-2. See how Gould bounces back here, right? Facing a little bit of adversity early. 2-2 the count for Michaela Wark.
Yeah, and I think, I think it's less of Gould not executing and more of A&M just coming in with a game plan and doing a nice job of swinging at their pitch.
Just underneath this one, straight center field. Keller is there. Makes the catch for out number 1.
And that was a ball where Gould was ahead. She had 2 strikes. She could kind of throw something a little bit out of the zone. Wark just got just under that ball that jumped up. And that's exactly what Gould was looking for.
Here's Ariel Kawaluski, a base hit for her in the 1st. Second year with the program. Transfer from the University of Florida. The SEC league leader in doubles, has 15 on the year.
You talk about a kid with patience. AK transferred from Florida and had to sit out all of last year. And as somebody who's used to playing, used to being in a lineup, to sit in the dugout and just watch your team play for an entire season without you getting on the field, and then to come and just obviously grab that opportunity by the horns. I know they don't like horns here in Aggie Land, but to grab that opportunity and just run with it. And now you see her behind the plate. She's made the move to catcher. She is thriving back there. It's just been a lot of fun to see her develop this year.
And she takes ball 4 on 4 pitches to work the 1-out walk.
That's what Trish Ford told us. She said our hitters have got to be selective at the plate with Peja Gould because when she's rocking and rolling, she's making you chase. And Trish said we have to swing at strikes, and that was a really nice at-bat right there by AK.
See, Mathis now digs in. She worked a walk in her first plate appearance.
And Mathis was down no balls, 2 strikes, and was able to work back that walk. And now the ball 5, ball 6 chants have begun here at Davis Diamond.
3 free passes thus far tonight, issued by Gould. Strike and an ovation from the A&M 12th man.
Yeah, they'll help you, but they'll also clap for you when you finally find that strike zone.
But this first 2 batters of the night, and then ever since A&M has been the better party.
That's what Texas A&M has done a nice job of all season. They've been patient, and even if things don't look good right at the beginning of the game, or maybe right at the beginning of the inning, you can't ever count them out. You know, whether it's 2 outs or the bottom of the 7th. Like, A&M is going to be that team that continues to fight for every single pitch, ground ball, at bat, whatever it is. You really can't count them out, no matter what time of the game it is.
Popped up, right side, Richardson got away from her.
Gio, there's not a ton of wind. I mean, we're seeing a little bit of movement in the flags out in the outfield, but I think she just lost that ball. I don't think that was necessarily one that got caught up in
it really is a flawless night. Be out at the park. Payoff pitch. Towards the gap, right center field. Underneath it, Sells. It's her first piece of defensive action for out number 2.
And that's huge right there for Mississippi State, and especially Peja Gould, because you're throwing pretty well. Like, yes, you've given up the 2 homers, but you're throwing pretty well. And then when you see that pop-up land by first base, you're thinking, oh, please don't come back to bite us. Like, that's got to be one we've got to have. So to be able to get that out on the very next pitch, that's big for the Bulldogs.
There's KK Dement. Fly ball, left field. Bernardini is there for out number 3. A&M leads.
In this game, there is no luck. Luck is for losers. It's unlike any place in the world. It's not a place. WWE 2K26, the show never stops.
We've been here for all of it. Like the time when you really wanted to find that perfect thing while it was still, you know, a thing. And when you wanted to make some healthy choices, but didn't realize how many choices there were. Or the time you ran in for this and realized you also needed that, and oh yeah, that too. Right by your side, right in your community, right here for all of it.
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Doug Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
I customized car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Doug Jr. keeps writing
Well, at least he spelled insurance right?
He did not.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Maya Perez with a blast over the fence, but then it was things that started to unravel for Mississippi State, plaguing the Bulldogs.
We had the illegal pitch that kept the inning going. Texas A&M was able to score another run in the first, and then Hayes so far, but Texas A&M has been able to capitalize on the mistake by Gould and then just on the couple of homers, which we knew we were going to see from the Aggies. So can Mississippi State answer at the plate? This is going to be their second time through, Gio. Let's see if their hitters can make any kind of adjustments to Sydney Peters, who has been pretty much flawless so far.
9 up, 9 down. First time through for Sydney Peters inside the circle. We go to the top of the order with Morgan Stiles. First offering on the way. Spiked in the dirt in the count 1-0. Mississippi State shook up its lineup ever so slightly today, particularly towards the top. It had been Kiara Sells, who had been the leadoff hitter for the last few weeks. And now you see Stiles in there ahead 2-0 at the top of the order.
And Sells had done a really nice job at the top of the order, but Coach Rick had said, I like to mix things up, like to try new things. And again, they won that first game against Arkansas 1-0. But after that, Arkansas came back and really took care of business. So Mississippi State, again, trying to shuffle things a little to see if they can find a spark.
Three balls and a strike now for Morgan Stiles. And it was fascinating to come in today and see Sells not at the top of the order because of how consistent she had been the last 7 games since moving to the leadoff spot.
Now, with that said, she's doing so well. She's hitting the ball. She's getting on. Maybe you do want to put her down a little bit and give her a chance to hit with people on base, which is what we're going to see right here. We still have a hitter before we get to Sells, but sometimes you've got somebody who's doing such a nice job of getting on base, you'd rather than be hitting with people in front than hitting with nobody on base.
That's a good point as Nadia Barbary steps inside the batter's box. Stiles able to poke one through the right side.
And that's huge right there for Mississippi State. I mean, this is a lineup that had not done anything against Peters the first time through. Now Stiles starts off the inning with a base hit. That's a huge confidence boost, not just for her, but for her team. Now everybody can say, okay, we can do this. We can touch Peters. She's not untouchable. Like, we just got to lock back in. Second time through, let's see if we can get something going.
Peters offers 0-1. Cranked well, deep left, foul ball. Home run distance and then some.
Really, really nice swing right there by Barbary. Just a little too far out in front, and that pitch on the inside part of the plate. Just a long strike if you're Sydney Peters, and now you've got an 0-2 count. But you just saw the power right there. Although Barbary just 3 home runs on the season.
She's been the best hitter for the Bulldogs in conference play.
Those 3 homers just in SEC play.
Straightaway center field. Mathis is there. One away.
Nice out right there by Peters. Dangerous bat of Barbary. Able to get that pop up into center field. And a nice job by Mathis, because we've seen, like I said, the wind is picking up a little bit. So anything in the air, we've seen some issues. Nice job by the center fielder to make that out.
So here's Kiara Sells. In the last 7 games, hitting .375 with a 1.266 OPS. She's reached safely in over 58% of her leadoff opportunities. They move her down to the 3-hole tonight. She hacks and misses on the 0-1 to drop 0-2.
And I think Sydney Peters has done a really nice job after giving up that single to Stiles to lead things off. She quickly got ahead in the count to Barbary, and now she's quickly ahead in the count to Sells. So not letting that leadoff single affect her at all.
0-2. Lifted back, foul. Sells stays alive. Another Texas native playing in her home state.
Pawlowski behind the plate for A&M, keeping an eye on Stiles. She's only got 1 stolen base on 1 attempt this year, so not a huge threat to steal by any means, but AK ready.
Two runs low. A ball and a pair of strikes for Sells. popped out to the hot corner in foul ground her first time at the dish.
This feels like a big moment for Mississippi State. You hadn't had any runners on. You finally get something going. The game is starting to not get away, but you're looking at the fourth inning already. This is definitely a time where they need to at least get one or two back and get back in this ball game.
Sells trying to deliver on that front. With Keller on deck, the 2-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and another deep count. This time it's with Mississippi State in the batter's box.
Great at bat right here for Kiara Sells. Down in the count 0-2, and now she's worked it back to a full count, forcing Peters to have to come into the zone with something.
Payoff pitch. Lifts it foul. Such a big weekend for both of these teams. Mississippi State seeking its second consecutive Friday night win to open an SEC series. Beat Arkansas on Friday last week before dropping the Saturday and Sunday contests. Payoff again. Well struck, straightaway center. Mathis has it playable in front. He makes the catch for out number 2.
Nice swing there by Sells, but Sydney Peters gets another out, and a nice job by Kelsey Mathis, making sure she gets behind that ball and makes the squeeze for out number 2.
So here's Kinley Keller. Flew out to left field first time today. Brunfield's Texas native. Well struck left field. Allen on the run. Foul ground. And she's there for out number 3. A leadoff knock for Styles. Nothing to show for it. 3-0. Aggies lead in College Station.
We know not all paint is created equal, so to do it right, start with exceptional paint that's designed to last. Only Ace has this collection of premium brands like Benjamin Moore, Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines, and Clark & Kensington. And your local Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time. With gallons of paint like Royal, starting at only $29.99. And right now, get 20% off gallons of select Benjamin Moore interior paint.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Texas A&M, they're never done. It doesn't matter how big their lead is. They want to keep adding, and giving their pitcher as big of a cushion as possible. And so I fully expect Texas A&M to continue putting the pressure on Mississippi State.
Allen in SEC play really has taken her play offensively to another level. We've talked about her defense all season long. A wall scaler in left. But when it comes to standing in the batter's box towards the bottom of this A&M order, when she can swing it the way she has, this is a team that not only can play with anybody, can beat anybody, and has big postseason aspirations. And a new pitcher inside the circle for Mississippi State. The day comes to a close for starter Peja Gould.
We were paying so much attention to Paisley Allen coming up. Is she going to hit another homer? Didn't even see that Delaney Everett snuck in there in the circle for Mississippi State, the junior out of Oakdale, California. This is one of the few pitchers who was on this Mississippi State roster before this year.
It is a stacked roster that is full of transfer talent for the Bulldogs.
You know, Gio Everett missed the first 16 games of the year with injury. Now, she has returned to total 5 scoreless innings this year. So she has seen success in the circle, just hasn't had a lot of experience this year. They've really been relying on Gould, obviously, and Faircloth, who I'm assuming Mississippi State does not want to show today if they can prevent that from happening.
Everett pitched in 2 outings last weekend. That was against then number 8 Arkansas. Two. Chopper left. Styles is there. Makes the throw on the run for out number 1. Final line for Peja Gould. Not her best night tonight inside the circle. We'll certainly see her again this weekend.
Absolutely, and that's going to be the big thing for Gould when she does come back and get another chance at Texas A&M. You know, can she make those adjustments? And maybe she wasn't her crispest tonight, but I also just give A&M hitters so much credit because they came in with a game plan not to swing at anything out of the zone. When they did swing, they made it count. We saw the 2 home runs. So I just think Texas A&M's hitters hit better than Peja Gould was able to pitch tonight.
No.
Frankie Vrajo cranks one foul to the net. And the count even at a ball and a strike as the Aggies have reached the 9-hole for the second time tonight.
Vrajel had a hard hit shot down the first baseline in her first at-bat. It was snagged by Richardson, who made a really good defensive play. Texas A&M, really in the past few seasons, Gio, they have been able to fill this 9-hole with a very talented hitter, and it's just such an important part of the lineup that a lot of people, have overlooked in the past, right? It typically is your hitter who's struggling the most. It's the 9-hole, but now you're seeing a lot of teams across the country plug someone in like Frankie Vrajel, who is very good at the plate, is very fast, almost creates a second leadoff hitter trying to flip that lineup over.
Vrajel again fouls it off the opposite way.
Now, not all 9-hole hitters wear bright blue eyeshadow like Frankie Vrajel, but that is what makes her truly unique. Always coming in hot with the game day look. I love it.
You got that. You got Talon Edwards goes with the glitter crosses on each cheek. No shortage of style for A&M. The count even at 2-2 for Vrajel. There's Edwards. Every game.
And they're different colors, usually, correct?
True.
Yeah?
True.
I think I saw teal last weekend.
She mixes it up.
This is a really nice at-bat by Frankie Vrajel. There's a little bit more of that glitter glue, glitter paint.
You got Maddie Sowney. I'm not even sure what that design is.
Just some swirls.
Yeah. Payoff pitch on the way. Taken for ball 4. What an at-bat for Frankie Vrajel.
Yeah, really, really nice at-bat by Vrajel. Again, that 9-hole is so important because if you can flip the lineup, now you've got your leadoff with Kennedy Powell, who is in the game, is looking good. Happy to see that for the Aggie third baseman. However, she is looking to find her way onto first base for the first time tonight.
KP digs in. Runner on first with 1 out for A&M, bottom 4. Powell looks at one off the plate, 1-0. KP 0 for 2, you mentioned it, Chelsea. Strikeout and a ground out. Well hit, but right back to the pitcher, and a nice play by Gould fielding her position. So often we see the slap approach out of Powell.
She's such a dynamic hitter, Gio. She can swing away, she can slap, she can bunt. I mean, truly can do it all at the plate and keeps defenses on their toes the whole time. Obviously a ton of speed, but does have power.
Here's a look at what she's done this year against righties versus lefties. Certainly stronger against right-handed pitchers, no question about it. Taps it right side. Schaefer first in time. It moves the runner. 2 outs, runner in scoring position for Talon Edwards, and we'll see the glitter crosses.
KP still not looking 100% down the line, but it was a nice play by Mississippi State defensively. Didn't really have a chance at 2. Rajal with a ton of speed and made her way over to second. But you've got a runner in scoring position and another chance for Texas A&M to add something to this lead.
Talon Edwards is a player who I've been incredibly impressed with all season long, and how could you not? Transfers in from Oklahoma State. She was a Gold Glover at third base, well, with the Pokes. And she said, I'll do whatever you need me to do. Moves to second base. Hits it straight away center, right to a defender. Just putting a ribbon on it. Smell the roses in College Station. Aggies in front.
Over 20 grams of protein, crisp veggies, and tasty sauce for just $3.99.
$3.99? Did you just say $3.99?
$3.99?
What? $3.99?
$3.99? $3.99?
Hey, what's that?
Nobody tell her.
Subway's new protein pockets. Over 20 grams of protein for $3.99. Try all 4.
All of his teeth are wisdom teeth. He's allowed to swim.
Mississippi State in College Station. Huge series for both of these teams. Mississippi State looking at their NCAA tournament resume. How about the RPI? Number 12 in the country.
Yeah, and that just goes to show the strength of schedule. 13th, right, for Mississippi State. They have played some really, really tough competition, as you do in SEC play. But it's also why this is such a big weekend for Texas A&M, because their RPI is not that high. So if they could get a series win over Mississippi State, that definitely puts them in even more of a position to possibly host. But when talking to Coach Samantha Ricketts, she said that's our goal, to host a regional. We would absolutely love to be in Starkville for the start of the NCAA tournament.
Taylor Troutman leads off the top of the 5th. He gets plunked with the first offering from Peters. Leadoff base runner for the Bulldogs.
First great pass that we've seen issued by Sydney Peters. Just that one got away from her, got up and in. But hey, this is, if you're Mississippi State, maybe this is the opportunity you've been looking for. That mistake, so to say, that you need to try to capitalize on. And you can kind of see Troutman as she heads back to the dugout. They're going to have a pinch runner come in for her. They're looking for some energy, just something to get things going for the Bulldogs.
Morgan Bernardini. First pitch. Runs high. mentioning that NCAA tournament resume for Mississippi State, seeking just their second series win in SEC play. Obviously trailing Texas A&M in game 1. Popped back over our heads in the booth, and the count even at a ball and a strike. But a weekend like this could certainly go a long way if you're Mississippi State. You've seen, though, because of the caliber of opponent, even taking just one. This is a team that has yet to be swept. Even taking just one is a big help.
Every game just means so much. Yeah, even if you're unable to come away with a series win, not getting swept definitely looks a lot better. And those wins add up, you know, and obviously you would love to come to College Station and get a big road win.
Chopped foul, 2-2. Bernardini flew out to left field to end the second inning, her first time up.
Mississippi State did not play a midweek game this week, and talking to Coach Ricketts, she said, especially later in the season, you've got to just focus on rest and recovery because, again, it is such a gauntlet, the SEC.
2-2 from Peters. Count worked full. Both teams battling in the batter's box. And a lot of elongated counts.
State's doing a nice job of doing better at that. Early on, Peters was very efficient, not getting super deep in counts.
Payoff, lifted foul.
But we're seeing more foul balls. Looked like the runner was going on that. Maybe a little hit and run situation, assuming Peters would come into the zone. So yeah, State being a little bit more aggressive, but also more aggressive when they're swinging, but being better at eyeing those balls and not chasing out of the zone. Yeah, making Peters work right here. This is a great at-bat by Bernardini.
See if the Bulldogs can build a little momentum off of an at-bat like this. Payoff again. Runner goes. Doesn't matter. Pitch misses high. And Bernardini ends up with a walk. That's back-to-back free passes. First and second, nobody.
And that'll cause Ariel Kalowiski to go out to the circle and talk to Sydney Peters because, as you mentioned, Gio, no free passes, and now she's hit a batter and walked. So 2 Bulldogs on base, and again, Coach Ricketts talking to us, it wasn't so much about hitting the ball better, it was about the timely hitting. And this is exactly that kind of situation. You now have runners at first and second, no outs. You absolutely have to capitalize on this opportunity if you're State.
Pinch runner in the ball game for the Bulldogs at first. As Rivera right in front of Chelsea. She got out of dodge quickly.
I did. I am not former All-American Tori Vidalis, who would have been all about trying to catch that ball. I wanted nothing to do with that.
First and second. Greta Grazel, the pinch runner at first. Here's Des Rivera. A 1 deal. Clobbered foul.
Nice job by Peters working ahead in the count. You mentioned the pinch runner at first. You've got a pinch runner at second as well. So speed on the base path for State. They are doing everything they can to try to get some runs on the board.
0-2 deal. And it's up the middle for a base hit.
Whoa. Hey, Dave.
Mississippi State's on the board. It's 3-1.
Hey, Dave won.
Well, that is exactly what Mississippi State was looking for, Gio, on an 0-2 pitch up in the zone, but Rivera goes up and gets it. Just drives that ball right back up the middle. No shot for KK DeMint. And then enough speed by the runner to get all the way home. And Mississippi State cuts into that Texas A&M lead.
Here's Gabby Schaefer. Schaefer 0 for 1 tonight. New York native, a long way from both Mississippi and Texas. True freshman for the Bulldogs. A one offering. And Powers That's the inning's first out.
In
that situational hitting, you just have to do a better job. If you're Schaefer, you have got to get this bunt down. That ball not even very high in the zone and just gets under it. A nice job by Kennedy Powell to get all the way in. Looked at first, but both runners doing a nice job of getting back to their bags, not getting doubled off. But big first out for Texas A&M, and again, a missed opportunity for State.
Pinch hitter now in the 9-hole, Ali Supan. The pitch misses outside, 1-0. So another freshman getting an opportunity for Mississippi State. After Abby Richardson had struck out swinging. The strike finds the zone 1-1. Supan, a smaller sample size this season, but an opportunity here to pinch hit.
Two balls
and a strike.
These are fun opportunities for a freshman pinch hitter. You know, yes, there's pressure, but it's not like it's the top of the 7th and you're, trying to tie up the ball game. But you have an opportunity to make a difference right here.
Foul, 2 balls and 2 strikes for Supan.
And I think about this for all teams, not just in the SEC, but around the country. The more opportunities you can get your young hitters in these pinch hit situations, it's just going to pay off in the long run. So when you are in that, postseason game and you need a situation like this.
Has her 4th.
And Peters goes up and in. And I don't think she went, but I think it's just a called strike either way. Beautiful pitch right at the letters, Gio. That is a nice job by Peters for her 4th strikeout of the evening.
Back to the top of the order, Morgan Stiles. Line drive, KK to Mississippi State grabs a run, but they straight 2 on the base pass. 3-1
In a small town y'all are gonna love. Connecting hundreds of thousands of Bulldogs across the globe.
Preparing to be leaders in cybersecurity, meteorology, interior design, healthcare, and so much more. One visit is all it takes. Just come for a day and you'll be a Bulldog for life. Change your life. Change the world.
Ooh, that looks good.
Like Subway's new protein packet. Over 20 grams of protein, crisp veggies, and tasty sauce for just $3.99.
$3.99? Did you just say $3.99?
$3.99?
What? $3.99? $3.99?
$3.99?
Hey, what's that?
Nobody tell her.
Subway's new protein pockets. Over 20 grams of protein for $3.99. Try all 4.
Cars are cool. Rental cars are not cool. Cars can come in all shapes and sizes. Rental cars are mid-sized or similar. Cars are all about the details. Rental cars are also about the details. It's cool when you can pick the exact car you want. And pick up exactly or even way out here. But never here. No one wants to be here. You want to be here. Rental
win today.
3-1, Texas A&M leads as we roll to the bottom of the fifth in College Station. Talking NCAA tournament resumes, A&M in a good spot. They'd like to be in a better spot. You have to think the early portion of the non-con is what holds this Aggies club back because they're playing some of their best softball right now.
Absolutely. They have done a really nice job of turning things around, but early on in the season, it was tough, and they did play some tough opponents. Some of those opponents not doing as well as maybe the country thought they would, and so some of those losses might look worse than they did at the beginning. You know, it all kind of shakes out in the end. But again, that's why this is such an important series, because even though Texas A&M is ranked higher than Mississippi State has a higher RPI. So this would be good for either team, obviously, to take this series.
Maya Perez at the dish once again, homered in her first at-bat tonight. 0-1.
Yeah, that big. Hey,
this is down and in, a ball and a strike.
And again, this will be the first time that these Texas A&M hitters have now seen the new pitcher, Everett, for Mississippi State. Left-handed, so a little bit of a different look. Definitely has a different style than Gould.
1-1.
Hey, 1-1, 2-2.
And State just has to be happy to have her back in the rotation, because that allows them to not have to show Faircloth so early in a weekend. Eamon also available for the Bulldogs.
1-2. Tapper, back up the middle, glove. Little PFP for out number 1.
It's a huge out for Everett and Mississippi State. Maya Perez, obviously one of the best hitters in the country. And to be able to get the weak ground out for the first out of the inning really sets the tone.
Michaela Work digs in. Lefty on righty. Right back up the middle. For out number 2.
So that one wasn't quite as easy. That ball was just rifled back up the middle. Work hard, bouncer right at Everett's head. But what a play by Delaney Everett to snag that and make the easy throw over to first.
Why,
75 off the bat.
Hot.
Producing the show. Ariel Kowalewski at the dish for A&M. League leader in doubles.
Big.
This is high in a ball and a strike for AK-47. Base hit and a walk tonight. Certainly productive at the plate. Now 2-1. Two the count after Kowalewski takes in her half.
And again, this is an area where Texas A&M, you know, you may look, okay, nobody on, 2 outs. Do we just roll over to the 6th? But do not count the Aggies out. They love keeping innings going.
The 2-out production has been a storyline, particularly in home games this season for A&M. Payoff pitch. Hit off the hands, foul.
Nice at bat here by AK, really making Everett work after 2 quick at bats to start off the inning.
Everett's payoff again.
Is for losers. It's unlike any place in the world. It's not even a place. It's a destination. WrestleMania, 42 years, over 400 matches. And now, history is what you make of it. WWE 2K26. The show never stops.
Ooh, that looks good.
Look, Subway's new protein pocket. Over 20 grams of protein, crisp veggies, and tasty sauce for just $3.99.
$3.99? Did you just say $3.99?
$3.99?
What? $3.99?
$3.99? $3.99?
Hey, what's that?
Nobody told.
Subway's new protein pockets. Over 20 grams of protein for $3.99. Try all 4.
So having something you can see other athletes do really inspires you to do that one day too.
The AUSL Professional Softball Premier Talent across the country. And they're bringing the championship right here to College Station, Texas. Davis Diamond will host the second ever AUSL Championship. Huge announcement this past week, Chelsea.
Very, very exciting news. And I may be a little biased, but there's not a better place to host the championship. So just, yeah, incredible news. So much fun. I love everything that those players had to say about the pro league. As, you know, young girls, they didn't have a professional league to necessarily look up to or see. And what Nigeri said, it was college and the Olympics. There was nothing else for softball players. And so to see this pro league give some of these players a chance to continue their career, it's just incredible. Great start to the inning for the Bulldogs. Finally starting to see a little success off Sydney Peters. We saw it in the last inning. They were able to scratch one. Now you've got a stand-up, or a leadoff double. I guess it was a stand-up as well, but the leadoff double by Marguerite.
Championship Series coming to College Station. Be July 23rd on ESPN. It'll also be the first ever professional softball game on network television. Such a big deal. So excited to have it right here at Davis Diamond.
Hey,
You know, with the news we heard from so many Aggies, Amanda Scarborough, Jamie Loprice, Tori Vidalis, just about how special it is to bring that game to College Station.
Kiara Sells at the dish.
Hey, yeah.
Facing a 1-1 count with Sydney Peters remaining inside the circle for Texas A&M.
And Gio, this is where you hope moving Kiara Sells down in the lineup benefits you. Now you've got a runner in scoring position, Sells up to bat instead of leading off. This is a huge opportunity for Mississippi State.
Hey,
one misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Tying run is at the dish for Mississippi State. After what looked like a grim start to the game, with A&M tallying 2 in the first, adding a third in the second. Now Bulldogs right back in it.
Obviously, Peters being very careful with Sells, knowing how strong of a hitter she is. But now you're at a 3-1 count. You have first base open, but you've got 4, 5, and 6 still coming up. So
3-1.
Big. Oh, what?
It's ball 4.
And again, not the worst situation right there for Sydney Peters and Texas A&M. You put Sills on, now you've got the force at third. No outs. Texas A&M's defense, very talented. It could easily turn a double play on the right ball. But Trish Ford is going to call timeout. Come talk to her team.
And we'll see if she comes and gets Peters here. Would not be surprised to see a change. It was less in team who made her way to the bullpen to warm up.
Well, you know, Texas A&M, they started off hot. Those 3 runs in the first 2 innings off of the starter, Patient Gould. But Delaney Everett has come in and really shut down Texas A&M. They've been quiet in the last 3 innings. Haven't seen a ton of production at the plate. You only have a 2-run lead right here, so you do have to be careful. It feels like Texas A&M has been in control of this game from the start, but just like that, swing of the bat changes this ballgame.
Trisha Ford right in with Peters.
You
know, I think a lot of it was probably looking at Kinley Keller, kind of re-going over that hitter, that scouting report, and then just kind of settling her down. And then, you know, what was working early on, you know, where do we need to get back to? Obviously, you want to talk to your defense too, knowing where they're going to go with runners at first and second.
2 flyouts. Called a strike. 0-1.
We saw Mississippi State try to bunt earlier in this game, ended up popping up to Kennedy Powell at third, so was not successful.
Yeah,
For the freshman.
It's a good take right there by Keller. It's a pretty pitch by Peters, but it was off the plate. But I like that we went low outside, then she goes tight inside. She's still moving the ball very well.
1-1.
Peters brings home the 1-1. Skewed up into the air. And Ariel catcher reels it in.
And you know Samantha Ricketts is just screaming inside right now. So unhappy with the ability to get that bunt down. 2 bunt situations, 2 pop-ups. You don't move the runner. It's an easy out for the defense. Just absolutely cannot have that in that situation.
You know, even the fouled bunts for the Bulldogs have been in the air. They've yet to get one on the ground.
And Peters does put a ton of spin on the ball. So don't get, I mean, you know, we want to say, oh, it's just so easy, put the bunt down. It is a skill, but it's one that you have to be able to execute at this level.
Taylor Troutman takes a strike in her half. A strikeout and a hit by pitch, where her pinch runner came around to score the lone run that Mississippi State has in this game. That was just an to straightaway center field. Kelsey no tag up. And there's 2 outs with first and second occupied.
Well, 2 really big outs for Sydney Peters, especially after the leadoff double and then the walk. You had the conversation by Trish Ford, came out, weren't sure if we were going to see her stay with Peters or bring in Lessentine. They stick with Peters. She's able to get the bunt out, and now the fly out to center. Now, as Texas A&M, you're not out of this inning. Second.
Morgan Bernardini. Called a strike out of the zone. Mississippi State looking to bolster its already impressive 12th ranked RPI. Despite a 6-9 record in SEC play. This is outside, even at a ball and a strike. Bulldogs own just 1 SEC series.